Florida. A handicap sparkler. Speaking up. All this coming up on Horses and Courses.
One back, boss.
The Off-Track Betting Communications Network presents Horses and Courses, OTB's Thoroughbred News with your host, Jack Wolfeseater. And now, with a look at this week's news in the thoroughbred industry, here's Jack.
Well, how we doing, everyone? Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Do we have some terrific races for you on the program this past weekend? Wow, Southern California and South Florida, the fireworks and the sparks were flying. Can hardly wait to show you them. Also at Laurel, a very familiar horse got back to the winner's circle. And our usual inner dirt specialist put on a show for us down at Aqueduct. A very fine week coming up, and of course this past Tuesday all the Eclipse hardware was handed out down in Miami, and of course to no one's surprise, the big horse Cigar named the 1996 Horse of the Year for the second year in a row. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the notes section of our program. But very anxious to show you these races, especially one race from Southern California that you're really, really going to enjoy. Let's start you off, though, back down at Gulfstream this past Saturday afternoon. Fillies and mares going postward in the Shirley Jones handicap. Real good sprint here. It's $100,000 guaranteed purse at 7/8 of a mile. Here's Tom Durkin with the call of the Shirley Jones.
And they're off. Freddie Frisson and Phone the Doctor get out fast. Steady Cat off to a good beginning. Klondike Strike there on the outside. Then it's Chip, Flat Fleet Feet, and Special Request at the back. Freddie Frisson going head-to-head with Phone the Doctor in the early going. 3 lengths back to Klondike Strike. And Chip splits horses and moves to 4th on the inside. Steady Cat now 5th by 3. Then it's Flat Fleet Feet and another 3 to Special Request. Down the back stretch, the quarter goes in 22 seconds flat. And Freddie Frisson gets the lead by 1.5 lengths. Phone the Doctor glued to her, running second. It's 2 lengths back to Chip. Klondike Strike on the outside. Steady Cat bottled up at the rail. Another 3 to Flat Fleet Feet. She's about 9 lengths behind the lead. And then a break of another 5 to Special Request around the far turn. The half goes in 44 3. And it's Phone the Doctor to the neck of Freddie Frisson, and Chip looms a threat just outside the lead 3rd. Steady Cat is only 3 lengths from the lead 4th. Flat Fleet Feet is kicking in as the field turns for home. Phone the Doctor, Freddie Frisson, Chip on the outside, Steady Cat, and Flat Fleet Feet in the final furlong. Chip's in front. Chip has the lead. Steady Cat second. Phone the Doctor throws in the towel. Flat Fleet Feet third. They're coming down to the finish. It's Chip. Chip gets there and wins by 2.5 lengths. Steady Cat second, Flat Fleet Feet third.
Well, here's Chip, Carolyn, and Sonny Hines. Nice run here. We saw her winning the First Lady earlier on in the meeting. This is her 3rd in a row. Joe Bravo in the irons by 2, scoring in the Shirley Jones. Steady Cat coming on for second. Flat Fleet Feet finished in the show spot. Chip 7/8 on Saturday, 122 and 1. Sunday afternoon, the nationally televised Danka Hutchinson Stakes was run for our 3-year-olds. They're at 7 panels in this race. It's $100,000, and of course everybody's looking at Ordway, who, if you recall, last fall was the beaten and unwisely made favorite in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, off of that one win in the Champagne. Boy, the media really put trainer Dave Dunk under the pressure with this horse. He'd broke his maiden at Saratoga, then of course won the Champagne Stakes, was well beaten by Smoke Lacken in the Hopeful at Saratoga last year, and then finished up 3rd in the Breeders' Cup as the favorite. And Again, the pressure on Dave Donk. Everyone thought this horse would just go to the gate and run away from the field here in the Hutchinson. Well, quite a different story. Let's take a look. Here's Tom down in Hallandale with the call of this year's Hutchinson.
And they're off. Time to gamble. Hoop Coyote Hoop comes out quickly. Crown Ambassador has some early speed. Confide is also right there, and President's Decree. A scramble on for the early lead here. And here comes Confide to grab the lead as they leave the chute. It's Confide in front by a neck. Crown Ambassador up close to the pace today. Down inside, President's Decree runs in third. Time to gamble. The Gray on the outside fourth. Y'all Can fifth. Frisbee Now is running in sixth. Hoop Coyote Hoop off to a slow start. At the back of the pack, running in seventh. Ordway has been outsprinted early, but he's only about 7 or 8 lengths from the speed duel up front. 21-4 first quarter. The pace is a wicked one here, with Confide going head-to-head with Crown Ambassador. Confide and Crown Ambassador full bore around the far turn. 2.5 lengths back. President's Decree is down inside. Frisk Me Now coming on through. In between horses with the All Can and Time to Gamble. Then Hoop Coyote Hoop. John Velasquez guides Ordway to the far outside. The half went in a sizzling 44 and 2/5 seconds. The field turning for home, and Confide comes away with the lead at the top of the stretch, 3/4 of a length. Crown Ambassador to his inside second. On the outside, Frisk Me Now is in with a chance. What a huge upset that would be. Down to the final 16th. Confide in front by a head. Frisk Me Now on the outside comes to him. Here comes Frisk Me Now. He has won. He's 99-1.
Oh, mercy. He fleeced in Florida. Oh, Lordy, Lord, Lord. Frisk Me Now, a 3-year-old son of Mr. Frisky, and we're all so familiar what Mr. Frisky did for us several years ago on his gallant try through the Triple Crown trail trained by Laz Barraro. Well, here's his son, Frisk Me Now. Can't get out of non-winners other than broke his maiden and then was third 4 consecutive times in non-winners other than, and here he comes along and wins the Hutchinson by 3/4 of a length at 105-1. Are you ready, folks? Ding! $213.80. Wow. 3/4 of a length. Eddie King in the irons. Confide been running very nicely down in South Florida for Ben Perkins. Won the Spectacular Bid. Had 2 other wins before that and was second 3 times out of his 6 career starts. Here he is second again. So this horse never worse than second out of 7 lifetime starts, but had never gone farther than 6 panels. Might have come up just a tad short in the race, and couldn't believe he was getting beat by a 105-1 shot. Here comes Crown Ambassador to get the third money. What are these riders thinking of, folks? 21-4, 44-2. They're not driving Ferraris. These are young, maturing 3-year-olds. And we're going to see this a little bit again later on in the program. Frisk Me Now and Eddie King just sat back there and let this horse do some running in the stretch, and opens up everybody's eyes, and you got to just love the excitement generated by Frisk Me Now's score in Sunday's Hutchinson. He goes the 7 panels in 1:22-2. I love it. All right, from Florida, let's go up to Laurel. Saturday afternoon, the Hoover Stakes for our older horses. 6 furlongs the distance, $50,000. The added purse. Dick Dutrow, as you recall, moved his stable from New York back to Maryland and brought back to Maryland with him a very nice 3-year-old of 1996, making his 97 debut. Romano Gucci, remember him? Let's take a look and see how he runs. Here's Dave Rodman with the call.
They're off in the Hoover Stakes. Roll Romano Gucci right out to the front with Ardent Arab showing that speed at the rail. They're hooking up in the opening yards. Ardent Arab just outdashes Romano Gucci for the lead. Leads it by 1 length, another length and a half. Flying Punch is third. Game Coit is next. Papa Purdy settles in between runners. 3 lengths from lead. Gold Miner's Dream and Military Look is last. 6 lengths from the front runner. Ardent Arab is the leader. 3 parts of a length to Romano Gucci and Flying Punch and Game Coit down inside. Followed by Papa Purdy is just 4 lengths on the front. Gold Miner's Dream 3 wide, 4 wide, and last is Military Look. 22-3 opening quarter, 3 furlongs to go. Ardent Arab, Romano Gucci pressing hard on the outside, but Ardent Arab looking good here with 5/16 to go. Romano Gucci on the outside, Flying Punch, Game Coit down inside, then Military Look, Gold Miner's Dream. Papa Purdy is last after a half in 46-1. Turning for home now, Romano Gucci on the outside. Ardent Arab got to dig down and find a little bit more. Here's Flying Punch and Game Coit on with their late vids. Romano Gucci to the last furlong, opens up on the field. Romano Gucci gonna dash away in the Hoover Stakes to win. Going away, it's Romano Gucci and Edgar Prado, Ardent Arab second, and Game Coit just outnods Flying Punch for third.
All right, Romano Gucci wowing him down in Maryland with Edgar Prado in the irons by 4. Back in top form, this 4-year-old is a top sprinter, sent off the 9-5 favorite and runs like it. Romano Gucci, Ardent Arab, and Game Coit will be placed in show in the race. Romano Gucci scooting the 6 furlongs in 1:10 and 2. Sunday in Maryland, we had 3-year-old Statebreds trying the 7-furlong Horatius Stakes, a $50,000 added purse on the Horatius. Again, in Maryland, at Laurel, here's Dave's call of the race.
And they're off. Sainty directly to the front, and CC's on it right there to the outside. Fearless Play, then Bulletville. Stormy Cloud settles in second last, and Dr. Best. Sainty leads the way off the inside. Now Sainty edging over inside, and CC's on it right there second, and Fearless Play up close in third. Bulletville and Stormy Cloud. Stormy Cloud moves up inside fourth, just 3 lengths from that lead. Dr. Best is last. Heading with a far turn now, and it's Sainty leading the way. And CC's on her. Fearless Play down inside there. Fearless Play in a bit of tight quarters there. Length and a half more Stormy Cloud. Bulletville is only 3 lengths from that lead. 2 more lengths, and Dr. Best still trails. Sainty trying to go all the way here. In CC's on her. Fearless Play is third. Stormy Cloud 3 from the lead. Bulletville is shoved along, and Dr. Best is the trailer. There's less than 3/8 to go. Sainty still there. In CC's on her catching up. In Fearless Play, Stormy Cloud taking 3 wide. Bulletville widest of all. Dr. Best trails. 1/4 mile to go, and it's Sainty 2 and CC's on her. Stormy Cloud 3 wide. Fearless Play inside. Bulletville and Dr. Best. Sainty, Fearless Play coming at him now. Sainty in front. Fearless Play chasing home but drifting in just a little bit. Sainty with another gear. Sainty putting on a big display of speed today, and Sainty has done it all the way. Sainty by 2. Fearless Play. Dr. Best closing in, and Stormy Cloud. Sainty won it. Dr. Best, Stormy Cloud, tight photo second.
Hey, here's Sainty, 2-length score, a wired job, sent off at 7-2. Buddy Delp and his owner, Mr. Meyerhoff, from Spectacular Bid fame, of course, sending out Sainty to win the Horatius with Carlos Marquez in the irons. Dr. Best and Stormy Cloud, they'll get the place and show spots here. Sainty, this Maryland State-bred 3-year-old, goes his 7 panels on Sunday in 1:24 seconds flat. All right, in Kentucky at Turfway Park, we've got the Likely Exchange handicap. Flat mile for the fillies and mares on this past Saturday afternoon. 50 thou was the guaranteed purse on the Likely Exchange. We got Mike Battaglia in the announce booth. Here's his call of the race.
Into the turn, Rakita B, the leader. Has it by a length and a half. On the outside, So Oblivious. The inside, that's Burr. Debit My Account is gaining ground into the stretch. Rakita B in front. On the outside, Burr. Center of the track, Debit My Account. Now it's Burr and Debit My Account. Those two right together. Then Rakita B, Ms. Isadora, Return of Mom. Nearing the wire, Burr on the inside. Debit My Account photo. Debit
My Account. the 5-2 second choice in the race, but the 122-pound high weight gets the job done here by a head, beating Burr, with Ms. Isadora finishing in the show position. Debit my account going the mile at Turfway on Saturday in 1:40.2. All right, we're going to take our first break here. When we come out of our break, we've got this weekend's action from Oaklawn Park. We'll be down at the fairgrounds taking a look at their races in New Orleans, and the big weekend of action in Southern California at Santa Anita Saturday, and 4 big races on Sunday, and then back to New York for a look at our handicap stars in the assault. Plenty of action to come. Don't go away. Be right back after this.
Hello, racing fans. I'm Tom Amello. Join Nick Kling and me this Sunday for Track Facts Live. We'll take your phone calls on issues regarding racing here in New York and nationally at 370-1315 from 10:30 to 11:30. That's this Sunday, Track Facts Live.
Track Facts Live will be seen this Sunday, February 9th at 10:30 a.m. on the OTB TV network. You could win $500 in prizes if you participate in the OTB Winter Handicapping Contest at the Teletheater, 711 Central Avenue in Albany. Starting Friday, February 7th, and for the next 6 consecutive Fridays, you can win $500 each week with Gulfstream Park as the handicap track. The contest is free, but you must register prior to the first race. For rules and more information, call our marketing department at 374-1446. Winter Handicapping in warm Florida starts February 7th.
Saturday in Oaklawn, the King Cotton. A sprint for our older horses indeed. Cotton is king down in the south. They're going 5.5 panels for a $50,000 purse on the race. Here's Terry Wallace in Hot Springs. He's got the call of the King Cotton.
And they're off in the King Cotton. And quickly, Moro Oro explodes to the lead. Highland Ice up to challenge to the outside. Quixote's Luck is third. Roy the Little One fourth. Calexis is fifth. Between horses, Once the Sailor is sixth. The derail is Dixieland Gambler, then Bold Comet. The trailer, My, as they hurry down the backstretch in the King Cotton. Moro Oro the leader. Highland Ice is second. Looking for room along the inside, that is Once a Gambler. Quixote's Luck is fourth. To the middle of the track, it's Roy the Little One along with Calexis. On the turn, and still Moro Oro leads the way. Alongside, it's Highland Ice, Quixote's Luck, Roy the Little One. And here they come into the stretch of the King Cotton. And at the rail is Moro Oro. To the middle of the track, Highland Ice and Roy the Little One. Quixote's Luck is still right there in fourth. Moro Oro leading the way. Quixote's Luck comes between horses now. Highland Ice is still right there, but it is Quixote's Luck who's taking command, drawing away. Quixote's Luck gonna get there and will win the King Cotton by 2 lengths. Highland Ice finishing second, Roy the Little One third.
Quixote's Luck, Calvin Burrell in the irons, gets the 2-length score in Saturday's King Cotton. This guy ran in the King Cotton in 1996. Finished 10th. Boy, big change in a year, I'd say. His second win in a row, he won an allowance race at Churchill back in November, and now rested up off a layoff. Gets the score here in the second fastest 5.5 panels of the meet thus far. Highland Ice finishing in the second spot. Roy the Little One gets the show money. Quixote's Luck, second fastest time we told you so far for the 5.5 in 1:03.2. Sunday, we've got 3-year-old fillies in the Magnolia. They're going a mile. $50,000 is the added purse on the race. And we've got Terry Wallace giving us the call.
And here they come into the short stretch of the Magnolia. And Valet Bonnet has taken command from Affair with a Flare. Humble 13 to the outside now, moving past Two-Step and Tony. But it is Valet Bonnet now leading it by 5 lengths. Humble 13 moving up, taking over second. 16th to go. Valet Bonnet clearly in front of this field. Valet Bonnet, the favorite's going to win it by 5. Humble 13 second, Two-Step and Tony third.
Wow, look at Valet Bonnet in here. Robbie Alvarado in the irons draws off to a convincing score. The 3-5 prohibitive favorite in the Magnolia. She just ran a week ago. You recall she was second in the Dixie Belle, and here she just comes back on short rest and just humbles the field in the Magnolia. Indeed, she does, because Humboldt 13 was 7 lengths to her arrears in the place spot. Then we got Two-Steppin' Tony, who checks in for the show money. It's all valid bonnet, trained by Steve Asmussen, getting a very nice score here. She goes her mile in 1:38 and 3. All right, down in New Orleans on Saturday afternoon, we've got the 3-year-old Colts in the Lecomte handicap. They're going a flat mile. Purse on the race is a $60,000 guaranteed purse, another $10,000 bump up. As we told you last year, all the stakes given a nice big boost because of the VTLs that have passed down in Louisiana. So here's more evidence of that. 3-year-olds trying to look forward to the Louisiana Derby. Let's see how they go. Here's Tony Bentley with the call.
They're off in the Lecomte Superior Prince on the outside for the lead. Stroke is next, then comes Kalispell, Cash Deposit, and you know how it is as they make their way into the first turn. It's Superior Prince on the lead. Stroke. Now Stroke gets to the front, Superior Prince back to second, then comes Kalispell in third, Cash Deposit at the rail, and you know how it is fifth as they head down the back stretch. Stroke leads 3 parts of a length. Superior Prince at the rail in second. It's 3 lengths back to Cash Deposit in third. Kalispell on the inside, you know how it is, continues fifth, about 6 behind the leader. And around the far turn they go now. Stroke has the lead. Cash Deposit takes over second. Superior Prince is dropping back, then Kalispell, and you know how it is. And turning for home, Stroke with the lead. Cash Deposit gets to work on the outside now. Kalispell is third, and then comes Superior Prince. Onto the 16th pole, Cash Deposit goes by Stroke. Kalispell gains on the inside. Cash Deposit makes another one here today.
Cash Deposit, Ron Ardoin in the irons, sent off 2-5 favorite in hand and in command as he had dead aim on Stroke through the lane and passed that one with ease, drawing off to a very convincing score in Saturday's Lecomte. Stroke tried to steal it and just couldn't quite hold off the prohibitive favorite and probably didn't think he could either. Kalispell comes on to get the show money. Cash Deposit going the fastest mile of the Fairgrounds meeting, 1:37 and 4, as the Louisiana Derby, as we said, right in his gun sights. All right, that was Saturday. Sunday, 3-year-old filly's turn to go their mile in the Tiffany Lass. Again, a $60,000 bumped up purse from 50 and guaranteed money for the sophomore gals. And again, we've got Tony Bentley describing the action for us.
They're off. Fancy Frida, now Fatal Attraction at the rail. The Rendezvous. Classic B is next as they head to the first turn. Le Rendezvous on the inside, Classic B. Right there in second. Then comes Fatal Attraction at the rail in third. Dancing Water is fourth on the outside, and Fancy Frida settles back into fifth. Worldly Gal next in sixth, followed by Miss Utopia, 5 lengths back. Cozy Blues and Starry Dreamer is the trailer. Midway down the back stretch, Classic B and Le Rendezvous. They continue heads apart. Now they're joined by Dancing Water, and Fatal Attraction is just behind them. Then comes Worldly Gal up along the outside, and Miss Utopia. They come now to the top of the stretch. Dancing Water On the outside, Le Rendezvous is next. Then comes Fatal Attraction, Miss Utopia, Starry Dreamer on the outside. And as they approach the finish, Dancing Water has the lead.
Dancing Water, Randy Romero getting a stake score here Sunday afternoon. 2 lengths to the good, 7-2 final odds on Dancing Water, second choice in the wagering down in New Orleans. Starry Dreamer finishing in the place spot. Fatal Attraction getting the show money. Dancing Water's mile in 1:38.3. All right, from New Orleans, let's go out to Southern California. Several stakes races from Arcadia this weekend. We'll start you off with the Palos Verdes handicap on Saturday afternoon. Very nice sprint here for our older horses at 3/4 of a mile, $200,000. The added purse on the race. Here's Trevor giving us the call.
Heel for the Palos Verdes, sent on their way. Larry the Legend bounces away fast, and on the inside here's Victor Avenue coming through to take the lead. Rotsa Luck now races up alongside of him, and high stakes players right there in third. Then we come back to Sand Trap. Meadow Mischief's caught wide in the green colours. Kern Ridge is 6, only 4 lengths off them, and Larry the Legend, who broke on top, is now last 8 off them. They have a half mile to run, and Victor Avenue the leader. Rotsa Luck right up alongside. Sand Trap is right there in third. High stakes player 1 from the rail, and Kern Ridge down at the rail. Meadow Mischief still has to travel wide, but is only 3.5 off them, and 5 back to Larry the Legend. The rest of them bunched as they come to the quarter pole in the Palos Verdes. Kern Ridge gets a good run through at the rail and goes to put pressure on them. Victor Avenue between them. Rotsa Luck on the outside, then high stakes player and Sand Trap. Meadow Mischief did not go on today. Homeward bound Rotsa Luck, high stakes player. Rotsa Luck the leader. High stakes player coming home gamely on his outside. High stakes player gradually wearing down Rotsa Luck, and high stakes player hits the front. High stakes player going away to Rotsa Luck.
High stakes player Corey Nakatani on board. High stakes player for the length score, sent off at 5-2 for Bob Baffert. Second in a row. High stakes player coming off an El Conejo win earlier on in the Santa Anita meeting. And now 3 out of its last 4 races have been winning efforts. Rotsa Luck finishing in the second spot. And boy, your heart's got to go out to Larry the Legend, hitting the board in the stake here and looking not too bad either. Remember, this race only 6 furlongs, and of course Larry won the 1995 Santa Anita Derby and has come back at least 2 or 3 times now from injury. And this guy was running on at the end for Craig Lewis, so I'm sure, although not winning or placing, putting in a very nice effort to get the show money. High stakes player, though, cruises on the front end here as he goes the 3/4 in 1:08.2. All right, now on Sunday afternoon, 4 superb stakes for you. We'll start you off with the 3rd race on the card. It was the Rebs Policy handicap. 6.5 grassy furlongs for purse of $65,000 in added money. We've got our older horses in the gate for this one. Here's Trevor describing the action.
Oh, where to go. Broken a perfect line. Dangerous Scenario out very fast from the outside gate and takes the early lead. Cat's Career coming through second. Canyon Crest is right there in third. Semaran in the red cap fourth. King of the Heap fifth. 5 off these leaders. Amato's drop back second last, and the trailer Patio de Morenos. 8 lengths covers them all. They head to the half mile, and now Cat's Career's come through to take a 1.5 length lead over Dangerous Scenarios. Semaran is third, and Canyon Crest racing in fourth. King of the Heap is fifth. 7 lengths off those leaders. Then back to Amato, and still the trailer is Patio de Narenos. They head to the 3/8, and it's Cat's Career, clear a length and 3/4. Dangerous Scenarios in second. Semaran having to be urged to keep up. Canyon Crest now taking third. King of the Heap has dropped 8 lengths off the leaders. Inside of that comes Amato, and Patio de Narenos is still last. Top of the lane, Cat's Career, Dangerous Scenario. Cat's Career finds more on the lead. Dangerous Scenario's got 2 lengths to make up. Then Canyon Crest and Patio De Narenos running on late, but Cat's Career in full flight for the wire, chased home by Dangerous Scenario. Amato's getting involved late. Cat's Career, Dangerous Scenario hit the wire.
Cat's Career, Alex Solis in the irons, leads them all on a merry chase around the oval there and hangs on for the head win. They just couldn't catch Cat's Career, and boy, you see why there, folks. Dangerous Scenario finishing second. Amato checks in for third money, and the reason they can't catch Cat's Career is because he sets a new course record, 6.5 furlongs in the unheard of 1:11.4. Alrighty, let's take our second break here. When we come out to break, we've got our big 3 stake races on the remainder of Sunday's card at Santa Anita, and then we'll go back to Aqueduct and take a look at their weekend action as well. Go back down to Gulfstream for Wednesday's feature, and into our notes looking at this weekend's stake schedule as well. Lots more to come. Don't go away. Be right back after this.
A day at Saratoga is not complete without a visit to the National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame on Union Avenue in Saratoga Springs. Get an insight into the tradition of great thoroughbred racing from the beginning of the Saratoga track in the 1800s to the present day. It's an experience you'll treasure forever. The National Museum of Racing and Hall of Fame on Union Avenue in Saratoga Springs, open year-round. For more information, call 1-800-562-5394.
Watch the live racing of your favorite thoroughbred and standardbred tracks from the comfort of your home day and night on the OTB Television Network. And now that we're into the cold and snowy winter season, you might find it very difficult to get to your OTB branch. So why not open a PhotoBet account by calling 1-800-292-BETS. That's 1-800-292-2387. And then start wagering on your favorite thoroughbred and standardbred track day and night in the comfort of your home. And watch the live racing on the OTB Television Network.
Okay, continuing on with our stakes coverage Sunday afternoon at Santa Anita. We've got 3-year-olds in the Santa Catalina. They're going 1 mile and a 16th. Purse on the Santa Catalina is $100,000. And in the lineup, our 1996 juvenile champ, Boston Harbor, with his 4-race win streak, including victory in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, his last start in Toronto. Let's see how he goes. Again, here's Trevor with the call.
Heel for the Santa Catalina, sent on their way. Boston Harbor jumped inwards pretty sharply. Swiss Yodeler is very fast into stride. Flew the City getting up second, and Boston Harbor right there third. They're going up fast pace early. Greed as good as forced to go 4 wide into the turn. Carmen's Baby taking back in the red colors to race in 5th. A gap of 4 lengths back to Bag Shot. This fast pace certainly should shoot him. Up alongside of that comes Hello, and the early trailer is Falconham, 10 lengths off the lead. They run to the 3/4 pole. Still as Long Shot. Flew the City sprinting along on a loose rein out here, trying to go as fast as he can. Swiss Yodeler's up alongside, and Boston Harbor keeps on the pressure on the outside. Then there's a gap at 3 back to Greed as good. He's decided they're going too fast and drops back into the 4th spot. Inside of that comes Carmen's Baby. Then a gap of 5 lengths back to Hello, who's got 8 lengths to make up. Back second last comes Falconham, and Bag Shot is 9 off the leaders. They run to the 3/8 and Flew the City. Swiss Yodeler, Boston Harbor on the outside. Boston Harbor now goes to take the lead as they come to the 5/16s. Boston Harbor gets the lead. Flew the City at the rail. Swiss Yodeler's thrown in the towel. Here comes Hello in the red cap, and Hello has dead aim now on Boston Harbor, and Bag Shot now starting to take its toll at pace as Bag Shot looms the danger on the outside. Homeward bound, Boston Harbor's leg weary. Now taking the lead as Hello, chased home by Bag Shot in the gold blinkers, and it's Hello and Bag Shot coming to dispute the Santa Catalina. Hello's tired. She's drifting away from the whip. Bag Shot battling gamely to get in. Hello and Bag Shot. Hello wins the Santa Catalina.
Well, here we go again with these suicidal fractions. These riders must think they've got accelerator pedals in the irons here, because these guys just can't go that fast and end up on the board at the end of a race. Hello, Chris McCarron, Ron McAnally. Play this guy? Why not? In his 8 previous starts, never had gone farther than 1 mile and never had run on anything but grass. So put him in the mile and a 16th, Santa Catalina on the main track. You know, with McAnally and McCarron controlling a horse's destiny, you get a good shot at things, and you're a length and 3/4 to the good here. Bag Shot finishing second. Carmen's Baby gets the third money. Boston Harbor, a rubber-legged fourth in the race. Hello, running a little green through the stretch there, perhaps looking for some competition, gets his fourth win in a row. Remember, he's by the Mr. Prospector stallion Lysias. Goes his mile and a 16th, 1:42 and 3. May run back in the San Rafael, which is only at a mile, or may wait just till the Santa Anita Derby at a mile and an 1/8. Ron going to weigh the options and said, no problem. Turf to dirt or back to turf doesn't seem to matter. So we have a very versatile 3-year-old in Hello. And I would have to say, you folks are liking to chart your 3-year-olds this early in the year. Hello has got to be in your top 2 right now. That was that good of a performance. All right, continuing on Sunday afternoon at Santa Anita, the Strube Series concludes. But before we get to that, we've got a little handicap race for you. The San Antonio at a mile and a furlong, $300,000 in added purse monies. And it's the 97 coming out of Alphabet Soup, fresh off of his Breeders' Cup Classic win in Toronto, matching up with Gentleman, the new big handicap star emerging out on the West Coast. But Dick Mandella had put together a streak of, 4 in a row? Let's take a look. And this race is a beaut, folks. You're really going to enjoy it. Is Trevor's Call of the San Antonio.
Heel for the San Antonio, sent off to a perfect start. Gentleman from the inside gate and Alphabet Soup. These two match rides for the first 16th of a mile. Now Gentleman pulls his way a half a length clear of Alphabet Soup. Kingdom Found going to settle down in the 3rd spot. Then back to Altish and Dustova, 8 off the leaders. They head to the 7/8 pole, and Gentleman going to set his own pace here. Gary Stevens just letting him stride along easy, not in any hurry out here. Got those ears cocked forward, and Gentleman just cantering out on the lead. Alphabet Soup is racing in 2nd. Kingdom Found is right there 3rd. Altish is pretty keen to go on. He's on a tight hole back. 2nd last, 4.5 off them, and Just Java runs up on his outside. Onto the backstretch they go, and Gary Stevens has to be very pleased with proceedings here. Gentleman, now he's getting a little keen. He's starting to take a tighter hold here, Gentleman, and he quickens. He goes clear by 3 lengths. Alphabet Soup in has to close in that gap a little, and Kingdom Found outside of him, then Just Java and Altish. They have a half mile to run in the San Antonio, and Gentleman still cocking those ears forward as he just ambles into the far turn. Now Stevens got good control of him. Kingdom Found going to come and try to take him on. Alphabet Soup is the grey, 3 lengths off the leaders, then Just Java and Altish. They approach in the quarter pole, and Gentleman not been asked to run, and he's full of run. And just look at Gentleman open up on them at the top of the lane. Gary Stevens hasn't moved on him. He's clear by 4. Alphabet Soup giving a game chase 2nd. Through the lane they come, and Gary Stevens pushes the button on Gentleman. Now he's still clear by 3. Alphabet Soup coming with a game run at him on the outside now. Gentleman's got something left, and Gentleman wins 3 parts of a length.
Gentleman and Gary Stevens in the irons, sent off the 1-2 favorite, hangs on to a half-length score, a measured half-length score. Folks, you just saw Alphabet Soup run his eyeballs out trying to catch Gentleman through the stretch run. What an enjoyable race this was. 2 fantastic handicap stars out on the West Coast putting on quite a show. And Kingdom Found, who had won 2 in a row, no slouch either, coming back in razor-sharp form, just slightly overmatched by the top 2. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see Alphabet Soup and Gentleman hook up again, because Dick Mandella not going to run Gentleman in the big cap in March. He's going straight to Dubai. And of course, Dick Mandella knows a little bit about that race with Soul of the Matter, last year's runner-up to Cigar. Alphabet Soup, he'll be running in the big cap, the son of the 1996 national leading sire, Cosine puts in a magnificent effort here and just falls that half length short. Kingdom Found, as we said, checks in for the show money. 5 in a row now for Gentleman. Got a nice little streak going for him as he goes the mile and an eighth in a terrific 1:47 and 1. Forget those 3-year-olds, precocious 3-year-olds, folks. That was a horse race. You had to enjoy every step of those two guys performing for you. All right, finally, we do conclude the Strube series at Santa Anita this past Sunday afternoon. The race, of course, restricted to our 4-year-olds, and a pretty good field here, going 1.25 miles for $500,000. Again, here's Trevor Denman describing the race for us.
Heel for the Strube, sent on their way to a good beginning. The Barking Shark on the inside is out fast. In the center of the track, Victory Speech, and on the grandstand side, Northern Fleet comes through to join the leaders. Editor's Note down at the rail, carrying his head high early. He's pretty keen to go on, but been tucked in just behind them. Ready to Order in the blue is right there too. Miro Bolant in the red colors is tugging hard just on horse's heels in mid-pack. Ambivalent is third last. Then we come back to Phantom Quest and Zanferia last, but no more than 5 lengths would cover the whole Strube field. They run to the 7/8. The Barking Shark sets the pace, not in any hurry out here, leads them just over a length to Victory Speech. Editor's Note scrapes the paint on the inside of him. Ready to Orders in the blue colors, and Miro Boland still tugging against the rider in the red colors. Northern Fleet had no alternative other than to go wide, but he's right there in fifth, only 3 off the leaders. Here's Phantom Quest striding along comfortably third last, and Ferrier's second last, and Ambivalent brings up the rear, now 7 off the leader. 5/8 to go in the Strube, and the Barking Shark trying to slow them down as much as he can now. Victory Speech is in second. Editor's Note at the rail. Northern Fleet is getting going early, and Northern Fleet up to take the 3rd spot. In behind him comes Mirabolant in the red. On the outside, Phantom Quest continues to go well. He's going to have to go wide, but Phantom Quest is striding up a joint 3rd. Then we come back to Ambivalent. Editor's Note in deep order. He didn't fire today. Editor's Note's gone. Zanferia ready to order too far back. They approach in the quarter pole. The Barking Shark trying to hang tough on the lead is tackled by Victory Speech. Mirabolant is 3rd. Northern Fleet ridden along 4th. And now suddenly Phantom Quest, who had made that good run, can find no more. Ambivalent running on at the rail. Homeward bound in the Strube, and Victory Speech tells them, you gotta come and catch me. You want to win this one. It's Victory Speech out here moving like a winner with a 16th to go. Shifting his ground just a little. But Victory Speech and Jerry Bailey have won the Strube Stakes to the box.
Well, here's Victory Speech from D. Wayne. He must have gotten a pep talk from D. Wayne, because in the first 2 legs of this series, Victory Speech finished 6th in both of those efforts, although he wasn't beaten all that bad, maybe 5 and 6 lengths each time around, but not the Victory Speech that had won the Laz Barrera and won on New York Classics Day, the Empire Classic earlier on last year, and of course also won the Swaps last year as well. So the wake-up call was in, the pep talk was given, and Victory Speech spoke up for D. Wayne and Jerry Bailey in town for the rides on both Boston Harbor and Victory Speech, and made the most of it here, getting the 1.5 length score. Folks sent off Victory Speech at 7-1. They'd given up on him a little bit, and returns a $16.60 ticket for your wagers there. The Barking Shark finishing in the 2nd spot, and then we have Ambivalent checking in for the show money. Victory Speech, you know he's going to be in the gate on Big Cap Day, goes the 1.25 miles in 2:01 and 2. So all was not lost for D. Wayne over the weekend at Santa Anita. All right, let's get back to New York and check on our action. First up, the Assault on Saturday afternoon. Our inner dirt specialist, the older handicapper, is going 1 mile and a furlong, $75,000. The added purse on the Assault. Let's take a look. Here's John Dooley giving us the race call.
And they're off.
Paragram, Attorney is sent toward the lead. On the outside is Admiralty, and Ormsby is up close as well. Then farther back, More to Tell, Shed Some Light, and Opal Moon. They head toward the first turn, and Nick Santagata now sends Attorney to the lead. Opening up by 3 on Paragram, and Ormsby runs in third. Then a stretch of 6 lengths back to More to Tell. Admiralty is racing second to last. Shed Some Light, and Opal Moon. 22-2 the opening quarter. They head toward the backstretch, and Attorney is going at it solo on the lead. Attorney by 5. Ormsby now second by a head. Paragram right there third by 7. Then More to Tell, Admiralty, Shed Some Light, and Opal Moon still better than a dozen lengths from that front runner, who is Attorney, as they head toward the half-mile pole. He got a half in 45-3. It's Attorney by 3.5. Julie Crone has Ormsby running second by 2. Paragram is third. A stretch of 5 lengths back to More to Tell and Admiralty. They're on level terms. Then 3 more to Opal Moon, who now kicks in past Shed Some Light at the 5/16 pole. Attorney still there to Ormsby. Then Paragram. On the outside is More to Tell, Admiralty. Opal Moon will be forced wide at the quarter pole. Shed Some Light. They're at the top of the stretch. 3/4 went in 1:10 flat, coming down toward the final furlong. Nick Santagata pleading for another 8th from Attorney, who's joined by More to Tell. On the far outside, Opal Moon. Ormsby is running in 4/16 now. More to Tell now in front. On the outside, here comes Opal Moon from well back, but it will be More to Tell who wins the assault by 3/4 of a length.
Old More to Tell, 14th win in his career, gets the length score. His last win was in the state-bred Alex Robb handicap. Hollywood Herb McCauley having a very nice meet for himself down in New York this winter in the irons aboard Gaspar Moschera's More to Tell. Opal Moon and Attorney tried to steal it. Oh, what would you expect from a horse with that name? Bing! Finishing in the 3rd spot. More to Tell, yes, I'll be hearing from him. Goes the mile and a furlong in 1:48.3. On Sunday afternoon, 3-year-olds in the Fred Cappy Capicella Stakes. They're going 3/4 of a mile. The purse on the Capicella, $50,000 in added monies. Again, here's John with the call.
And they're off. Exeter broke sharp from that far outside post toward the inside tureen of gold. Denang is there. American Champ up close at the rail. Then on the outside, Scarlet Scoundrel running in 5th. Snowbirdie is 6th. Sunshine Mikey running toward the backpack there along with Prometheus Unbound. Then Mining Surprise and Pappy's Halo is 10th. They move past the half-mile pole, the opening quarter in 22-1, and American Champ now comes through to grab the lead from Exeter. 3 furlongs to go. American Champ by a half length. Exeter's running second by a length and a half. Then Scarlet Scoundrel a wide third. Inside that one is Denang. Then Snowbirdie, Terrain of Gold starts to retire. Passed by Prometheus Unbound, 1 off the rail. Then Sunshine Mikey, Mining Surprise, and farther out Pappy's Halo. They're at the top of the stretch. The half went in 45 seconds flat. Furlong to go, and Richard Migliori eyeing his 3rd win on the card. American Champ by 4. Snowbirdie is finishing well. So too is Mining Surprise coming down toward the line. American Champ drifting out late, but holding on to win. American Champ by just about 2. Snowbirdie was 2nd, and his stablemate, Mining Surprise, 3rd.
American Chance. Richard Migliori in the irons for Arthur Appleton, who bred American Champ by his sire, Jolie's Halo, horse you remember from a couple of years ago, very nice runner. And here's American Chance, his son, getting his 2nd win out of 3 lifetime starts. He was 2nd last time out. Now he's got his first initial stakes score. Sent off the favorite on Sunday, as he was in his other 2 performances as well. So quite a nice 3-year-old here in New York. American Chance, will keep an eye on him. Broke his maiden down at Philadelphia for Bobby Kamak, and now has run these last 2 races here in New York, and looks like we'll see how he goes through the 3-year-old races here in New York this winter and spring. Snowbirdie comes on for 2nd. Mining Surprise finishing in the show spot. American Chance, you gotta like his chances with that breeding. Goes the 6 furlongs in 1:10 and 1. All right, back down to Gulfstream for our Wednesday feature this week. It's the Swanee River Handicap on the grass, scheduled on the grass at 1 mile and a furlong. Fillies and mares for a $75,000 guaranteed purse. So again, down in Hallandale is Tom's Call of the Swanee River.
They're in the gate. They're off. Chris's Diamond and Golden Pond down toward the inside in mid-pack. Captive Number is there. Bold Ruritana also involved in the early mix. Moving by us for the first time down inside Golden Pond. Here comes Rumpy Pumpy on through, and Rumpy Pumpy takes the lead despite the restraint of Jose Santos. On the outside, Captive Number right there, her escort into the clubhouse turn. The pace of moderate one early. Golden Pond tucked away in behind the lead. Elusive's in between horses running in fourth. Valor Lady on the outside fifth. And then it's Bold Ruritana saving ground on the hedge in sixth position. Dance Clear 3 wide in seventh. Chris's Diamond in hand down inside eighth, followed by Barn Swallow, then Escabiosa double bow at the back of the pack. An easy first quarter in 24 2/5 seconds. Tempo quickening as they enter the backstretch. It's Captive Number, the leader. Rumpy Pumpy comes back for more. Golden Pond is also right there, and so is Elusive. It's another 3 back to Valor Lady. Bold Ruritana down inside as the field moves up the backstretch. The half mile goes in 49 seconds flat. They're approaching the far turn. Golden Pond's got a narrow lead. It's Golden Pond in front by a half length. Captive Number glued to her flank, running in second. Rumpy Pumpy's now back to third. On the outside, there goes Elusive, ranging up from fourth. And then farther back, it's Valor Lady, well within striking range, fifth. Bold Ruritana down to her inside. Sixth position. Dance Clear in behind horses in traffic, seventh as the field turns for home. Golden Pond cuts the corner in front by a head. Captive Number right at her throat now. Rumpy Pumpy trying to come again in between horses. Down inside, it's Dance Clear, and on the outside, Elusive. But it's Golden Pond, the leader, as they come down to the finish. Golden Pond in front. Rumpy Pumpy, a final try. Golden Pond, Rumpy Pumpy. Golden Pond wins by a long neck.
Here's Golden Pond, half length to the good. Jerry Bailey coming right up the hedge on Wednesday. This Irish bred has got 2 in a row now, and 3 out of its last 4 right to the winner's circle. Its third start here since coming over from Europe, and looks like it's a very nice racing mare. Golden Pond, look to see a little more of her down there this season at Gulfstream. Rumpy Pumpy, who was out on the West Coast last year, now trained by Chris Clement, finishing in the second spot. Elusive checks in for the show money. Golden Pond's mile and an eighth, 1:47 and 4. Okay, that takes care of all of the replay action right through Wednesday per usual with our Gulfstream midweek feature. Now in our notes department, this is it, the Don Handicap, this coming Saturday afternoon. Down at Gulfstream, of course, a race won by Cigar in 1995 and 96, and as we told you at the top of the show, officially named the 96 Horse of the Year this past Tuesday down in Miami at the dinner. I think we have to watch the handicap horses that continue on in their career this year that have run against Cigar last year or the year before. And this will kind of validate just how great Cigar was. And we're going to start right off with Skip Away, who's training very, very nicely for Sonny Hine. Unfortunately, the race loses quite a bit of its marquee luster with Unbridled Song finally having to be retired just when we thought he was getting back to the top of his game. Earlier this past week, Nicky Zito announcing that the horse had a fracture of his cannon bone, and he was retired immediately and will be sent off to a tailor-made farm in Kentucky to cover mares this coming breeding season. So the long star-crossed saga of Unbridled Song comes to an end, and I always felt that when he was healthy, as we saw in the Florida Derby of last year, he was one bright and shining star. Unfortunately, he didn't get to show it too often, did he? But now it's up to Skip Away, the conqueror of Cigar, you recall, this past fall in New York to pick up the mantle of our great handicap champ and horse of the year and carry that forward now through his series of races this season. And he's going to start it off with the Don with a host of challenges to see just how good he is. Also at Gulfstream this weekend, another Eclipse winner. We've got Storm Song, our 2-year-old filly champ from Nick Zito's barn, makes her debut in the Devona Dale mile 70-yard race on Sunday. So quite a nice weekend down at Gulfstream. In Maryland, we've got the Jamila for State Breds, the St. Brendan Stakes, the Dust Commander at Turfway Park for our older horses. Down at the fairgrounds, we've got the Fairgrounds Breeders' Cup race on the grass. That was supposed to be a race in which we were going to see the horse, but Mike Dickinson says he's just not quite ready, so his 97 debut has been put back another couple of weeks. We've also got the Paradise Derby out in Phoenix at Turf Paradise for our 3-year-olds. At Bay Meadows, the Brown Bess Handicap, the San Jose Stakes. At Santa Anita, we've got more 3-year-old races. This time they're shortening back up to 7 furlongs. Perhaps D. Wayne might have taken a look at that for Boston Harbor's return rather than trying the mile and a 16th. But that's all water under the bridge now, isn't it? And we conclude our La Cañada series for our 4-year-old fillies this week with the La Cañada itself. That's a mile and a 16th. We've got the mile and 1/8, I beg your pardon. And we've got the Whirlaway for our 3-year-olds here in New York. And the Mardi Gras next Tuesday down in New Orleans, starting the Lenten season. We'll take a look at the Mardi Gras handicap. So a very nice week of racing action coming along. The 3-year-olds, as we've seen with that Golden Gate race a couple of weeks ago where we blew out the tote board, and then with Frisk Me Now, they're going to be tripping and stumbling over each other all season long. It's a very, very mediocre group of 3-year-olds, and so don't get caught up in playing these false favorites, boy. See if you can hitch your wagon to a nice long shot, as was the case down at Gulfstream on this past Sunday. It'll be fun watching them, and boy, the handicappers, we're going to have a nice season with those guys out on the West Coast, and hopefully Skipper Way will put in a real good effort for us this past Saturday. So the season has begun, so to speak. All righty, that puts a cap on things for this week. Hope you enjoyed the show. And as always, stay tuned right here to your OTB TV radio network station, where you get the most complete coverage in thoroughbred racing. Till next week, Jack Wolfeseder here. So long, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you at the Don.